Good evening. There are big changes coming to the safety net that the province provides for the less fortunate in British Columbia. $25 million in cuts to income assistance or welfare will take effect April 1st. That's Thursday. The government says the cuts come in response to a 15% increase in the number of people who need assistance. But the people who work very closely on the street with the poor say the cuts could seriously affect the quality of life for many of our most vulnerable citizens. A News Mid-Island Bureau Chief Jonathan Bartlett has the story. He's live in our Nanaimo newsroom. Jonathan.
Hudson, the provincial government says these are cuts that were needed in light of the big increase in demand for income assistance brought on by the economic downturn.
Nanaimo's 710 Club is getting to be a popular spot. It saw 121 people through its doors this morning.
I mean, they did 153 people 2 days before a check issued.
The 710 Club provides a simple breakfast, coffee, and a bagged lunch for Nanaimo's less fortunate. But it seems the need is growing.
We've actually seen a 25% increase in clients since the beginning of December.
Most people who use the services of the 710 Club are welfare recipients. Now significant changes are coming to that safety net. Beginning Thursday, the BC government will cut $25 million over the next 2 years in what it hands out in income assistance.
As we're balancing it off with the medical services plan and stuff and the changes we've made to some of the programs, and the services will be there from, most services will be there for people in one way or the other. We found a lot of duplication when we did our review, and so we've had to make some tough decisions, but we think we've struck a balance here.
Cutbacks will affect dental services, medical equipment and supplies, nutritional and diet supplements, funeral costs, and minimum shelter allowance. John Horn, Nanaimo's social planner, says the cuts will affect a lot of people in Nanaimo.
The cuts to income assistance are going to affect people in Nanaimo quite strongly, only in the sense that the people who are going to be affected are going to be the people with the least ability to absorb changes. And that's really what it gets, the heart of it is the people's ability to withstand sudden changes in their economic circumstances.
The government says the cutbacks are necessary because of a 15% increase in the number of people in the province needing income assistance. Horn says whenever there are cutbacks, non-profit organizations are forced to take up the slack.
And what happens often is the demand gets shifted away from provincial government agencies like ministries, and then it shifts on to community-based societies. And those societies are typically, they step forward and pick up the pieces.
Groups like the 710 Club, who are expecting another big increase in clients.
You'll likely see more use of food banks in the province. Any of the services that people can get for free, they're going to need. And yet those services aren't receiving an increase in funding.
The 710 Club will soon have to expand their hours and start operating on weekends.
One of the changes that takes effect Thursday is to do with dental care. Income assistance program recipients will be allowed a visit to the dentist once per year instead of every 6 months. Now, one dental hygienist I spoke to today says the government is setting people up for emergency dental care, like root canals and tooth extraction, rather than preventive dental care. Hudson?
All right. Jonathan Bartlett reporting. Jonathan, thank you.
You're welcome.